Good evening, all. How's everybody doing? This is C Temptation coming at you again, live streaming with another episode of Chicago Talk. I decided I wanted to go live tonight because I wanted to cover two specific subjects. So that way I could kill two birds in one stone. That's the best way I could put it. I wanted to start off by saying happy Thankful Thursday to everybody. And wanted to thank all of my subscribers and to my new subscribers as well. I love each and every one of you as usual. I think you already know that. But anyway, the reason why I wanted to do another live video tonight, because I wanted to cover two subjects at one time. The first subject is my health topics. That's a part three, and I'm going to be doing that about cigarette smoking in Chicago, just to give a little statistics. And the second part, I'm going to give an update about the Steve Harvey lawsuit. And this is direct information that came from Miss Essie Berry. Okay. Now, just waiting on some people to see if they're going to come on live with me tonight. So far, not as of yet. But that's okay. Like I said, in case if you don't, I'm going to do my thing. Now, before I go forth with these two particular topics, I started a new page a week ago, which is patreon.com. I'm not begging or anything. Like I said, I do need some help. I'm facing a deadline by this week, and I need everybody's help. I'm asking for a pledge of at least the minimum of at least $1. If you could do anywhere between $10 and $5, that's fine. If not $1, that's okay. So, how to get to access to my page? You would go on Facebook, go to my personal page. That would be under my real name is CLORESSA. Last name Harris, HARRIS. Go on my main page, and you're gonna see a link on there. And how will you know it's the correct link? Is the colors of the black flag, which is black, red, and green, which is patreon.com. All you got to do is just click on there, click on that link, and then all you have to do is follow the instructions from that point and how to give a pledge. So, because like I said, I haven't been working these last few weeks because of my issues with my back, and I'm facing a deadline, and I don't mind being I don't mind in terms of, being dedicated to the channel and to continue to pump the videos out, but I need everybody's help as well. So, anyway, but without further ado, I'm going to start off. I'm going to do the first topic, and this is Health Topics Part 3. I'm going to get both of these topics out the way all in one shot. So, the first part of this video is going to be Health Topics Part 3. And I'm going to be talking briefly about cigarette smoking in Chicago. Now, I did some research this information early part of this week, and talking about cigarette smoking in Chicago, and these are really some shocking numbers. Now, it says 21.8% of men in Chicago smoke cigarettes. 21.8% of men in the Chicago area smoke cigarettes. Okay. 15.4% of women in the Chicago area smoke cigarettes. 15.4. Okay. Now, 25.3% are African Americans, and 18.5% are Hispanic Americans. Okay, now if you're looking at cigarette smoking, if you want to get down and get real with it, cigarette smoking increases the chances of heart disease, lung disease, strokes, and it also develops some form of an odor in your hair, your clothes, and in your breath. And baby, let me tell you something. When you're talking about that particular odor, that cigarette smoke odor, and once that smell gets stale, oh my God, look the hell out. That is not the most pleasant smell ever. So, any physician would tell you in reference to cigarette smoking, even though, it's all a bad habit. If you think about it, they're all bad. Just like, with cigarette smoking and coffee and alcoholics. that leads up to different types of illnesses. Any physician would tell you, though, that if you can, try to quit, because if you keep on, smoking cigarettes, and especially if you're one of those chain smokers where you smoke like, cigarettes by the pack a day, baby, let me tell you something. That's going to lead up to other issues later on down the line, and it might possibly lead to death. So my thing is this, it ain't worth it. Lung cancer, then you're dealing with strokes, and then all those other different things, emphysema. It's not worth it. I mean, because your health is the most, basically, your health is all what you have, because once your health fails, nothing else in this world matters, because, once your health fails, you can't work, you can't go to school, you can't think, you can't do absolutely anything. So that's all you have, though. I mean, and any physician would tell you, though, you have to take care of your health. Take care of you, because your body's your temple. If you don't take care of it, I promise you, it will not take care of you. And that is the bottom line to the whole scenario. Okay. So just kind of like food for thought in terms of cigarette smoking. I mean, because if you're thinking about possibly cutting back or maybe quitting, they do have alternative things. I mean, you could always do the e-cigarettes. You could do vaping. They do have the patches, will help you, reduce the craving as far as nicotine and all those other good things. So, there are alternate ways, though, of, cutting back on the cigarettes and stuff. So, food for thought, to my melanated people. I mean, please. I mean, there's people already dying off every single day from gun violence, to cancers, very different cancers, and you got strokes, It's just, that stuff is not even worth it. I mean, why risk your health? I mean, because we are beautiful people, God gave us life, and we should be entitled to live more abundantly. So that's just my intake on that. So that's health topics, part 3, cigarette smoking, I should say. So on to the main topic for this evening. And this is the reason why I wanted to go live stream, because I could kill 2 different subjects all on one video. So that's the reason why I wanted to go live again tonight. So the main thing I want to talk about is the updated information about the lawsuit with, yes, of course, Brother Steve Harvey. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. So this morning, and this information came directly from her. I repeat, this information came directly from her, from Mary Harvey's civil rights specialist, Miss Essie Berry. And in case anybody doesn't know anything about Essie Berry, she is the widow of Fred Berry, and he was a dancer from the TV show What's Happening. That was the new generation. That was actually a popular TV show that was back from the 70s, and and then he was overweight, but he was a fantastic dancer. But anyway, Essie Berry, she is a civil rights activist that will be representing Mary Harvey in this lawsuit. Baby, I done heard some juicy stuff that happened on that video, which she revealed, and it shocked the hell out of me. Number one, why did she say that Steve Harvey's attorney, he is not a family attorney, he's a financial attorney? Dude, why in the world would you hire a financial attorney and then gonna think you're gonna try to pull some slick and thinking that that you think you're gonna easily get out of this? Brother, let me tell you something. Essie Berry, I'm gonna tell you right now, that woman is real. She keeps it straight 150, and she does not play. Okay. And I don't know. I think that Mary Harvey really deserves she deserves to get paid, though, because she had went through, they said soul murdering. So basically what that is, she went through trauma with this man for 12 years. I mean, Steve Harvey had taken custody of their son, Winton, and I just found this out today, though, that Steve had abused Winton. He covered it up. No charges. He never faced charges against that. And, of course, he probably used this money to paid off attorneys, judges. You know how that goes. and talking about his divorce. I really feel though, and I said this in previous videos though, but I'm gonna say this again. I really truly feel though that Mary and Steve both are still legally married, because if they were divorced, then why is it that Steve would have it arranged where he not only have the case sealed, which is still sealed to this point today? Why in the world would he have the case sealed? That's rule number one. And rule number two, why is it that he never gave Mary a copy of the final divorce decree? Oh, rule number three, and I find this very suspect. Why is it that during that divorce, during that process, they both had the same attorney? I mean, really, what the hell is up with that? Is that legal? I thought that each of the parties was supposed to have their own separate attorneys. What the hell is up with that? So I find that kind of suspect. But back to this here, yeah, I was in the impression that he had a he had a family attorney, but he had a financial attorney, and he feels that this whole entire thing, is just a bunch of shenanigans, and he thinks it's all a lie. But Essie is like, no, I could, some. Don't go by what I say. Go by what I could prove. And she has a lot of documents. Apparently, that she has documents from these doctors where Mary she had a breakdown, a mental breakdown, where she had to be hospitalized. She has paperwork from the physicians, and kidnapping and breach of contract. I mean, that woman went through hell and back for 12 years. I mean, that man, she stayed dedicated to that man for 16 years, and, he just played her. I mean, he just did her so wrong. So I look at it like this: Steve, you better watch your stepbrother. Your time is coming, and you really need to seriously think about making this whole situation right. Because like I said in the first video where I first started reporting the story, why in the hell is it that you have the audacity to write these books, act like a lady and think like a man, and then you're going to sit up here and then abuse your son, Wenton, abuse your son, and then you might as well say you abused Wenton's mother. I mean, you did your family really, really bogus. And you're going to have the audacity to put that type of message and write books like that, trying to call yourself thinking you trying to inspire people. Baby, let me tell you something. In that same scripture, in the Bible, it does say that a man that is double-minded is very unstable. And as far as I'm concerned with you, Steve Harvey, your mind is very, very unstable. And I don't know what kind of a game that you're pulling, but brother, I'm going to tell you something that is not right, is not cool, and it's definitely not a good look. And especially now that your ass is on the spotlight, if I were you, instead of just trying to go through all this embarrassment, I would try to do right by that woman and try to help her out as best as she can and allow her to move on with her life and let her live at peace and do what you need to do. And I don't know what's going on with you in terms of having that divorce sealed, but dude, I don't give a damn how much money you have. I don't care if it's 80 million, 200 million. I don't care if you own $1 billion. The bottom line is you did your family wrong. You did your son and your son's mama wrong. And you really need to make right of this, because if you don't, I ain't gonna say that I can't, I'm not gonna assume on this. I promise you, if you don't do right by that woman and your child, I promise you, if something happens to you tomorrow, you will meet your maker on this, because what you did, my brother, that was really fucked up. It was foul. It was straight up out of order. It was out of pocket. You fucked up, and all the people that's doing all these videos reporting the dirt about you, we all know that you're fucked up. So you need to make this shit right and do what you need to do, brother. Hello, TR5003, and yes, you are right. Steve is a straight up scumbag. Baby, I'm gonna keep it real though. Steve Harvey's a straight up asshole. He's just a straight up asshole, because after I found out this morning though that this man hired a financial attorney, and you looking at 60 mil, why the hell is it that you didn't hire a goddamn family attorney? I mean, because you done messed up Mary's mind. You don't know what type of effect it had on her. You don't know what type of effect it had on Wenton. And then you calling yourself being a man and you're gonna abuse your son. You're supposed to be quote unquote a positive role model with this boy, and then you just turn around and fucked him up physically, mentally, and spiritually, dude. Somebody need how would you feel? And Steve, let me bring this to you for 1 second. How the fuck would you feel if somebody would have sit up here and somebody beat your ass one good time? How the fuck would that make you feel? Because contrary to popular opinion, all the shit that you done put Mary Harvey through, somebody need to whoop your ass one good time. And boy, if I had the balls to do it, if my back wasn't so fucked up, I'd be the one to step to you, don't put my foot up, my size 11 foot up your ass, because you less of a man though to sit up here and abuse somebody like that, abuse your, put your wife through and your son through. Because I'm gonna tell you something, dude. I went through abuse. I went through 2 failed marriages, and both of them were abusive, mentally and physically. And I'm gonna tell you something though. Like I said, when you have to go through any form of abuse, let me tell you, that affects you. That affects you. It affects your self-esteem. It affects you mentally. It causes depression. Possible suicide. And my heart goes out to Mary Harvey though, because I feel where she's coming from, and she does not deserve that. All those lies that Steve is telling about this woman, how much she's been terrible and taking their son out of her custody. Man, you're a straight up asshole. And you know something, I promise you, when you got to deal with that creator, it's gonna come a time though, I can't speak on the rest of the kids, but far as Winton is concerned, motherfucker, it's gonna become a time though that you're gonna really need somebody when your ass get old and sick, and you're gonna need somebody to be there in your corner, to be around you. I promise you one thing: after all that shit that you done put Winton through, he's not gonna be there for you. And then all the times that you done took away from his mama, dude. You foul as fuck. I just done lost total respect for you. So, it's really a shame though. Our own people, and because you simple minded like that, and you just, you just a rotten. You are just a rotten human being. Just to have the audacity to pull some shit like that and to just break up your family like that. You did your son like that, and then you're going to do your son's mama like that. Don't even give the time to just, spend time with Mary. You just took him away, But I know why you did that shit, though. You did that, though, to keep from paying child support. That's the reason why you did that. And then you pulled that bogus-ass order on Essie Berry and Mary, and then threatened to have her locked up in prison for 28 years. Dude. Don't you fucking believe in what is called civil rights? You trying to pull that bullshit though, just to try to silence Mary. Motherfucker, I'll tell you one goddamn thing. Bitch, I wish you would pull that shit on me, try to silence me. Bitch, silence me. Because I'm going to tell you one goddamn thing though, just because you have money, that don't mean shit. Because as long as I'm doing Chicago Talk, and as long as I'm under YouTube, I'm still covered under freedom of speech, the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. And not only that, Steve, you're not the only badass. Like I said, you have lawyers. Guess what? I have lawyers, and I know my rights. So, only thing I got to say is, I'm down with Essie. That woman kept it 100. And Essie, that video you did, kudos to you, and I'm with you 100%. Whatever you need, I got your back. But motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Try to silence me and see what the fuck I do. Because, bitch, I'm not scared of you. Okay? Because I used to like you back in the day, but now I done found out what the real deal is. I done lost total respect for you. You just a selfish, self-centered, old-ass, zoot suit, big nose, big lips, soup cooling type son of a bitch bastard in that order, baby. And I promise you one thing. If you don't make this thing right with this lawsuit, if you don't make this shit right with Mary, I guarantee your ass is going to go down for that. And not just physical, not just, anybody beating you up or anything like that. Guess what? The spirit is going to deal with you. Because you walk around talking about, you keep crying about God is this and God is that. Let me tell you something, dear. One thing you don't do, and that's, you don't sit up here and you don't lie to the spirit like that. Because I promise you, The spirit done peeped your whole card and know what's really going on about you. And what you did, sir, what you did to that woman and what you did to your son was fucked up. What you did was broke up a goddamn family that you started, and that's a result because you didn't give a damn. You know, Steve Harvey was all about Steve Harvey, and that's the bottom line. That's my story, and baby, I'm sticking with it 100%, for real. Yep, and you are right, my brother. Steve is a straight up asshole piece of a scumbag. So that's all I gotta say behind that. But yeah, that's the 411 I found out directly from Essie Berry. Go check her video out if you think I'm lying. But oh yes, and I almost forgot a couple other things I wanted to point out. Not and she did reported the same exact thing like I did when she was talking about when the same thing I said in one of my other previous videos about TMZ, that they were not the first ones to report the story. Guess what? Essie Berry said the same thing. So my thing is she's backing me up just like I'm backing her up. Yes, TMZ, you need to get your facts straight though, because like I said, you were not the first ones to report that story. And also she called out Fox News also because they claimed though allegedly that Fox News was trying to reach out to the representatives of Steve Harvey and Mary Harvey. And when Essie Berry, when she did her video, she said that was Fox News did not contact her. That was false information. That was a complete lie. Fox News, they did not try to email her. They did not try to call her. They did not leave a voicemail. No form of communication whatsoever. So I don't know, was that all lies that they told or whatever? But oh yeah, but Miss Essie Berry, she's about to bring the big guns out when it comes down to this lawsuit, and this woman is not playing. And you know something, I got nothing but respect for her because that woman, I'm gonna tell you, Essie is keeping it straight, not just 100, she keeping it straight 150. She ain't bullshitting, and she's gonna come with it. I'm telling you, she is not playing with this whole entire thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much what had happened though. But baby, these next few weeks, I got a strange feeling. These next few weeks, this shit is about to get really, really ugly. It's about to get really ugly. Oh my God. It's about to get really, really nasty. And the only thing I got to say is that when I find out more information, when I get more, I'm going to look more into it. When I find out more juicy details of what's going on as far as any updates, I promise you, I will let all of my fans know because, baby, Essie is not playing. And then the man going to sit up here and try to get Mary locked up for 28 years. That bitch done lost his rabbit ass motherfucking mind. That's all I gotta say. Wait a minute. Hello? Yes, TR50003. Let's see. The sad part, I used to be a huge fan of Steve Harvey, and I used to take up for him, especially when people putting him down. I never been so wrong. I will never respect or support this two-faced fraud. Karma's already... Hell yeah! That karma's already... Yeah. That karma is biting them dead in the ass. Yeah, hell yeah. You got that right. You damn right, though, because I guarantee... think about it. The man... because at first, at the beginning, I wasn't paying attention to the story until I started Chicago Talk when I first started this channel. And when I first heard Mary Harvey's interview, and the part that struck me right then and there is when she had admitted on her interview, on her video, when she said that she never received a copy of her final divorce decree, and when she checked on the status of her divorce, and when the judge had told her that her case was sealed, I knew right then and there, I said, this motherfucker's a snake. Something is wrong with him. This dude sat up there and paid these people. He paid the judge and the lawyer to seal that case. Then that way, that woman will not have access to his money. And you know something? That is that man. Baby, you talking about that man is dirt. That's a dirty. You talking about low down dirty, baby. He is dirty for that bullshit. And I guarantee you, Steve, you will meet your transgressions, because I guarantee you, though, you got to tell one lie and then you tell the second lie to cover the first lie. Then you got to tell a third lie though to cover for the first two lies that you done told, and going on and on and on. Dude, you 60 years old. The games, you should be too damn old to be playing those type of games like that. Dude, really? You too motherfucking old to be trying to play games like that. Because, dude, at 60 years old, you should be settled down. You should be comfortable, doing what you're supposed to do. Enjoy the rest of your life and cut this bullshit out. Okay, now if you want to stay with Marjorie, then guess what? That's on you. If you want to stay with Marjorie, and I don't feel like calling Marjorie out, I ain't about to go there though. That's for another subject. That's another time right there. But my thing is, if you want to stay with Marjorie, then you go right ahead. That's your decision. But man, do the right thing. Pay this woman what she deserves so she could be comfortable, for the sake of her being your son's mother, and for the sake of your son, so she could live comfortable, so she could be at peace, so she can move on and get away from your sorry ass. Because contrary to popular belief, yeah, you wear the finer clothes, and because people put you on a different plateau, you still ain't shit. I mean, you done did Mary Harvey wrong. You done did your nephew Tommy wrong. You done did Shirley Strawberry wrong. You done did J. Anthony Brown wrong. And God knows forbid how many other people you did wrong. And you know something, and contrary to popular opinion, you really made our people in Chicago look really, 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 really bad. I mean, I just done lost respect for you. Let's see. Michelle exposed Dr. Dre. Oh wow, now Steve. Yep. Right. And I don't blame them, no. I mean, it is time for women to stand up though, because, when you talking about abuse, and I'm expressing this just from my personal experience, when you talk about abuse and being manipulated and being degraded, and then you feel like, a person, one human being is doing you totally wrong, like less of a person, man, it's just time to speak your mind, have a voice about it, and I tell people that if you feel that you are in an abusive relationship, I don't care if it's physical, mental, psychological, sexual, all the above, it doesn't matter. And I'm just speaking from the heart. It's not anything scripted. I mean, I'm talking about from experience. Okay. If you ever go through that type of abuse, baby, the best thing for you to do to keep your peace of mind is to get out. Just get the hell out, because it's not worth it. You can't change anybody. I mean, if that person is showing you who they are as far as being an abusive type, I don't care if they have problems with alcohol, drugs, or mentally unstable, or all three. They're showing you, if they're showing you your true colors, believe it. Best thing for you to do, best thing for you to do is just get the hell out of the relationship and move on with your life, because what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up killing you, and it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. I've been there and done that. That's why I left my last ex-husband, because I had found out that he was on drugs, and I had found out not just from one, but from two family members. And when I confronted him about it, he was in complete denial. He didn't want to be real with me. But I made the decision at that time. I just said, it's time for me to walk away, because my thing is this, though. And Mary, listen to me, and listen to me closely. This is a message to you, my sister. If you ever get involved with someone, and I had to learn this from experience myself, if you ever get involved with someone, I don't care how deeply in love that you are with this person, if you get involved with someone and they are not working towards your highest good, then newsflash, you're wasting your valuable time. Yes, you are. If they're not, treating you with the utmost respect that you deserve to be treated, you're wasting your time. The best thing to do is just get the hell away from that person, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It really isn't. And yeah, that one subscriber was saying, though, yeah, it is time for us to stand up. It's time to stand up and, do what's right. And I have to applaud Mary, because I'm going to tell you, baby, she has a lot of guts, And she's doing what she got to do because it's time for her to seek justice. Because I don't know what Steve's motive is or what he's trying to pull or what type of lies or what kind of bullshit that he's going to pull in court. But, when you talking about standing in front of that judge and whatever the outcome will be, if he has to pay this lady or whatever the case is, then fuck it, just pay her. Just pay her, do right by her, and just, do what you're supposed to do and just walk away from it. Just be done with it. And get her if the divorce is final, if you two claim that y'all broke up and divorced on irreconcilable differences, well shit, what the fuck is you hiding it for? Give her divorce papers and move the fuck on. I mean, why you keep dragging it? Why you putting her through all this agony and all this pain, and all this hurt? Dude, it's time for you to get it together. Seriously. I mean, for real. But anyway, that's my intake. That's the reason why I decided to do this live video to cover these two particular topics, because I thought this is something I really, was important and I want to cover. So it's 8:53. I only saw one person come on there and he made a lot of comments, which there were some good points here. TR50003, I love you. Thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts about the Steve Harvey story. And I'm quite sure there's going to be more people chiming in. Once I end this live video, they're going to come in and leave their comments. And that's cool, too. I have no problem with that. If one person, shares, on the live chat, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. It's all good. I know who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin. So, but anyway, that's my intake about, both of these topics. I will be doing one more topic tomorrow about health, part 4 of health topics. And then I won't be doing any videos on Monday for the holiday. I'm going to pick it back up on Tuesday. So I hope and pray that you all stay tuned for the next video, of the health topics for the week. And then I'm going to be done for the week. But anyway, I want to thank, again, all of my subscribers. And I want to welcome all of my new subscribers to Chicago Talk. And I hope you get some enjoyment out of these videos because, baby, I'm going to tell you, this is not no gossip. I don't do tea, however you want to phrase it. Hey, I just come and keep it 150 with everybody, just present the facts, present the news, what I read or what I heard or what I saw. Whatever it is, though, I'm going to bring it and keep it 100 with it, like I said. But anyway, in regards to this live video, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And also share and subscribe and keep on sharing, and let's keep making this movement strong and solid. And I'm going to kind of piggyback from last night's video, what I did, though. Like I said, please go to my Facebook page, Claressa Harris, CLORESSA Harris. Click on I'm under patreon.com. You're going to see the link. I have a black, red, and green flag on there. Make sure you click on that. Find in your heart somewhere to, give a pledge, so I could be able to try to, pay this phone bill and try to get another camera and try to get some new equipment and try to, improve the quality of these videos and these live shows, because it's really important to me. And if I come to you with any type of news or any updates or anything, especially about Steve Harvey, I want to bring the best to you, though, and I wouldn't want it any other way. But, find it in your heart somewhere, like I said, even if it's just $1, that would be cool. I mean, at least that's showing me right there that somebody cares, though, because I don't want to, feel like that I'm by myself with this. I don't mind bringing the news because it does take time to do research and trying to read and trying to bring information, because all of these topics that I'm bringing to you every day, these are really important topics. And I mean, that's taking a lot of time out of my schedule and out of my personal life, and like I said, I don't make a whole lot of money in my job. I've been off these last couple of weeks due to a bad back. My money's going to end up being short. So, I don't mind continuing and dedicating my time, though, to this video, but please help me out. And I'm not asking for much. I'm not begging. I'm not asking for much. I mean, you're only talking about just $1. If all my 700 plus subscribers would just give $1, baby, that would make me the happiest woman alive, you know. So, you know, try to find it in your heart to try to find, you know, just to give a small pledge. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see, anybody else came. Hello, Rona Kid. Hello. Happy holidays to you, Rona Kid. Rona Kid, thank you so very much. Thank you. And I love you too. Thank you for the compliment, you know, because like I said, I put a lot of time, you know, and I put a lot of thought into these videos. And, you know, a lot of time, a lot of thought. Let me see. He's going to be exposed. Oh, yeah, I'm Miss Rona Kid. Yes, I know for a fact. It's just a matter of time he will be exposed. You know, and they need to try to settle this. Yeah, but it's the truth, Rona Kid. Go on Mary Harvey's video if you think I'm lying. She did admit it on her video, though. She stated that she never received a copy of the final divorce decree number 1. And when she had went to court to find out the status of the divorce, the judge told her straight up, and I'm keeping this 150 on this. The judge had told her straight up that the case was sealed. And Mary Harvey looked at that judge and said, now, I can understand that the case being sealed against the public, but why is it that the case is being sealed far as with me? And that's an excellent question that she brought, though, because I am never, baby, let me tell you all something. I'm 51 years of age. I'll be 52 in September. Baby, I have never in the history of American history, especially black history, I had never heard in the history of African Americans of anybody having a divorce case that is sealed and never gave that the person that you're divorcing never gave them a copy of your final divorce decree. I mean, that's just, baby, that is a hell of a pill to swallow. And when Mary first announced that on that video, though, I mean, my mouth dropped to the floor. I was like, this nigga done what? He done had the divorce case sealed and don't want to keep her abreast in terms of what's really going on. That's a problem right there. I mean, he's hiding something, and I'm quite sure, though, the reason why he did that bullshit was to try to hide that his money from her. Because he don't want her to get any part of that money. But my thing is, Steve, you need to go ahead on and unask them coins. Because like I said it before in my previous video, and I'm going to say it again. That woman was with you for 16 motherfucking years. She was with you when you was homeless, when you was sleeping in cars. She was with you from the words say giddy up, when your ass wasn't even heard of far as comedy. She was with you when you did the Kings of Comedy. And to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to add insult to injury, but I'm just going to keep this 150. You know, even though he was part of the lineup of Kings of Comedy, but I'm going to be real. Steve wasn't funny in Kings of Comedy. The best comedian out of that lineup was my buddy, the late and great Bernie Mac. He rocked that show and he did his damn thing, though. Bernie Mac did the damn thing, and like I said, rest in peace, Bernie Mac, because you was the brother. And yeah, so he gonna get what's coming to him, because my thing is you reap what you sow. Let's see. Okay. I am Patreon with Willie D. Oh, you're Willie. Okay, you're Willie D. Okay. All right. Miss Rona Kid, whatever you could contribute, you know, I would highly appreciate it, because it's hard on the sister. Like I said, I've been off work because of this back issue, and it's been hard on me. I'm telling you, and I ain't got no reason to sit up here and lie to you. Yep. It looks like a duck, quack like a duck. Rona Kid said, if it looks like a duck, quack like a duck, it is a duck. Yep, you're right. And as far as with Steve Harvey is concerned, yeah, he's a duck. So as far as I'm concerned, what he did to Mary Harvey, fuck that black ass, ugly ass duck. That fucker gonna get what's coming to him. He will. Mary Harvey and Essie Berry, they both will seek justice. And I pray to my highest creator, though, that when that time comes, that they find closure to this. And I pray that Steve does right by this lady, because what he did was he destroyed his family. He destroyed Mary. He destroyed Winton, and that right there. And also, you destroyed your radio station family. Yeah, so now that I think about it, that motherfucker done sat up there and he destroyed two families. He done destroyed two families, his radio family and his actual blood family. Wait a minute, I'm trying to put my phone on the charger. Hold on one second. Yeah, he destroyed, his both of his families. Here we go. Yeah, he destroyed his blood family and his career family. And now with his career family, they done stuck with that man for many, many years. Okay. They done stuck with him from the word say jump. And look at it right now. They're unemployed. They have no jobs. And he didn't even give them an opportunity in terms of whether they want to go with him in LA, or they didn't meet with them as a group. They didn't meet with him in, one-on-one in person. Steve is just foul. He's foul as fuck. And he will get what's coming to him. And I'm telling you what the hell I know. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Kim. Okay, Robert Johnson. Hello, Mr. Robert Johnson. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. Let me see. I seen what kind of person he was based on and how he treated Chicago. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. The way he did Bernie Mac. Telling you, bro. Don't believe the hype. I'm telling you, Steve is foul as hell. And I'm telling you, if y'all think I'm lying, if y'all think I'm bullshitting, go on Mary Harvey's video and check out Essie Berry's latest video, because baby, you tell me she didn't hit the nail on the coffin, and she done brought the whole thing home. And I told her on that video today, I said, I will follow up with this story on my channel. I got you. And Essie Berry, if you get this message, like I said, I'm 100% behind you. I want you to get Steve dead in his ass and make this motherfucker unass them coins, because he needs to do right by Mary, because what he did was foul. And if he don't, then I promise you that karma will bite him dead in his ass. I'm telling you. You just don't, out of all people, I'm going to tell you something. This is just my personal opinion about this. Baby, the way he did Mary Harvey like that, hey, he might as well just do a street nigga like that. A nigga on the street like that, if you want to get down and raunchy like that. Because the way he treated her and the way he did her, baby, that was what you call straight up pure D raunchy. And he could tell all the lies he wanted to try to cover his ass. But that shows you right there that he's shady, because he's sitting up there, and then instead of hiring a family attorney, you're going to get a financial attorney? Dude, are you for real? I know, and then getting a financial attorney like that, and that shows you right there he gonna be on some old foul type of shit. Real talk, for real. See, he ain't gonna do it. He's a spineless. What you said, Rhoda? He ain't gonna do it. He's a spineless coon sucker. He better go talk to Bill C. When they get through with him, he's going down the same way. Woo, Lord have mercy. Yeah, but TR5333, what you said, Bernie Mac was raw and real, and he's a Chicagoan. Yeah. I hate that his life had ended too, though. But only thing I got to say is in reference to that, to the kings of comedy, and rest in peace, Bernie Mac, because that brother did the damn thing, and he did what he did. So yeah, definitely rest in peace to Bernie Mac, and many blessings that goes out to his wife and his daughter. He was a hell of now. Bernie Mac, he was a hell of a man though, and he kept it straight 100. Especially when he did the milk and cookies skit. That was I had to applaud him for that though, because when he did that, he had me on the floor almost crying. But it's just something else though, that you're never see another Bernie Mac like that, because he was just raw talent. And Cedric, he's okay. Cedric the Entertainer, he's okay. DL Hughley, I like him though, because that's a real nigga right there. He gonna keep it 100 with that. So yeah, I just hope and pray though that something good comes out of this lawsuit, because I'm glad though that Mary and Essie are both standing up to this man though, because he done got away with too much shit doing it, and it's time for him to just. This shit needs to come to an end, seriously, before he does this to another woman. Wait a minute. Their first tour, Kings of Comedy, Detroit, Michigan, Bernie Mac shut it down. They dropped the mic. Yeah, he was wearing pink and black. Yep, that's right. That's right. But I tell you one thing, when it came down to Bernie Mac, nigga held that shit down and did what he did, though. He did the damn thing. Cedric was okay. D.L. Hughley, he was alright. He was alright. Steve, the impression he gave me was it was more or less like he was more like an MC versus being a comedian. Yeah, that's the best way to put it, though. He was more like on the MC status. He wasn't no real comedian. He wasn't really that funny to me, if you ask me personally. He was just taking up space, if you ask me personally. So, but anyway, yeah. But I wanted to kind of give everybody the update about this story because, baby, this is gonna get very, very interesting. But again, guys, like I said, I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart of supporting me, because my channel now has been almost 2 months and I'm still going strong with this, and you guys that came out strong, and you guys have been very, very amazing, and I thank you guys for being so good to me and having faith in me, because God had really blessed me with this opportunity in terms of bringing the news and stuff, and just being, like I said, because I'm not into gossip. That's not my thing. I'm into just straight up being real and just keeping it 150 with everybody. So, oh, and one other thing before I forget, I want to introduce to you somebody special in my life. Hold on one second. This is my baby right here. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do this real special here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you to my baby. This is Cameo Solomon Harris. And give him a shout out. Look at him, he's so cute. He'll be 5 years old on June the 5th. And everybody take the time out to give him a shout out, give him a happy birthday. And I'm really blessed to have him, because, boy, if he wasn't here with me, I wouldn't know what to do. He acts bad at times, though, but he got his sweet moments. So, yeah, that's Cameo I wanted to introduce to you. So, yes, Mr. Cameo, you're now officially on social media next to Facebook. But anyway, let's see. Thank you, TR5333. Thank you for the compliment. You got a compliment, Cameo. Oh, my goodness. And, but thank you for the compliment about my Cameo, though. I really appreciate that. But, yeah, I just wanted to introduce Cameo to everybody, because he's kind of special in my life. He's been there right there with me through my ups and my downs and my trials and trips. I mean, it's been a couple of situations. I remember when I woke up and I was in pain, boy. I was in heavy pain. And he done jumped up in the bed with me and laid on my chest and laid right there and just looked at me like, Mama, it's going to be all right. And, and I adopted him 5 years ago and had him since he was 6 months. Now he's almost 5. And he cracks me up, but that's my little guy right there. But anyway, does anybody want to make any more comments? Because I'm about to get ready to wrap this up in a couple more minutes, because this has been a fire video today. Oh Lord, thank you, Rona Kid. Yes, my baby is gonna be 5 on June the 5th. Yes, that's my baby. Oh, that's another thing. Make sure you go to my Patreon page. That's another reason why to pledge. Like I said, it's Cameo's birthday. Like I said, at least pledge to him $1. At least give him $5 so I can get him some birthday treats, though, because he deserves it. That's my little guy, because that boy laid with me when I went through my good days, my bad days. When it was times I didn't want to be bothered with him. He was right there with me no matter what. He was there. And, I don't have any kids, so this is like the closest one that I have, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but, kind of share a personal side of me. Yeah, that's my Cameo for me. That's his name, Cameo Solomon. That's my little guy right there. To be honest, no, Rona Kid, I don't have a PO box right now. Like I said, if you want to do a pledge, the best thing to do is to do it on Patreon. If you want to reach out to me, you can email me at charris7102@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Facebook because I'm almost on Facebook almost every day. So, or if you want to send me a friend request, that's cool too. If you want to keep up with me, that's fine also. So, yeah. So I don't have a PO box right now, but like I said, as far as being in communication with me, that's the best thing to do, either by email, Facebook. The reason now I have a page on Instagram and Snapchat, but the reason why I don't have access to either one of those because it takes up all of my memory on my phone. So that's the reason why I don't have those two apps downloaded to my phone, and that's another reason why I want to upgrade my phone so I can be able to have access to Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and I got a Twitter page also, but I don't really be on Twitter too much because it's a certain limited amount of characters that you could use, and I don't really care for that. But the ones that I want to mainly have access to is, like I said, to Facebook, to Instagram, and Snapchat. Those, because I got three pages on that. So once I get a new phone and then get more memory on there, and I could be able to access all three of those, and anybody that wants to reach out to me, I could definitely contact them. So yeah. All right, what you got to say, TR5333? That was definitely Bernie Mac moment. Steve Harvey was just a blast. Host DL Hughley and Cedric. Yeah, Cedric the Entertainer. He was. I mean, I don't have anything against him. He's okay. DL Hughley, he's okay. But I still say the baddest one out of Kings of Comedy was my brother Bernie Mac. He did the damn thing. I mean, that man was the funniest, and the way he moved and the way he expressed himself and the skit that he did talking about, his sister's kids. I thought that was beautiful though, even though he did a lot of cussing, but he was funny, while he was doing those jokes and stuff. He was just a phenomenal. And I will state this much though, that man was a phenomenal. And you have to excuse me, I'm lying in my bed though, resting my back. But yeah, Bernie Mac was a phenomenal, and there will never be another comedian like him, though. Oh, and they still talking about Miss Monique also. Oh Lord, don't make me go there talking about her. But don't get me wrong, I love me some Monique. That lady keeps it 100 too, though. But she definitely did put Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels in they places and stuff. Because why would you want to blackball Monique like that? I mean, only thing that she wants to do is do movies and be happy. That's all she want to do is, be fulfilled as far as her career. Be a good wife, be a good mother, and just let her chill. All the rest of that bullshit. I mean, come on now. Let's see. What you say, Rhoda Kid? You said Bernie Mac invented 100. He was the truth. Baby, you ain't never lied on that. You ain't never lied on that. But yeah, Bernie, you ain't lied on that. Rona Kid, yeah, Bernie Mac did definitely kept it 100. And then he was really good when he did the Bernie Mac show with his kids and his wife and stuff. I thought that was, and all those episodes that he did. I mean, I never missed an episode though. I was a big fan of Bernie Mac. I loved him though. That was the man right there. I mean, for the way he just died like that, it was just so sad. I hated that. But only thing we could do right now is just keep his memory alive and just keep doing what we doing, But rest in peace to Bernie Mac, though. He did the damn thing. So, any other comments? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Monique, that now. Yeah, because you forgot, though, Monique was part of the Queens of Comedy, so that woman going to keep it 100. But you know what I think? Now that I think about it, and this is just my personal opinion about it, I really feel, this is just me. I really feel that Monique is the female version of Bernie Mac. Think about it. Even though that she's not from Chicago, but the thing that kind of struck me with her is just her level of realness. I mean, when she come at it, she come at it. And then her husband, Lord, if we had more men like Sydney, this world would be a better place, and he would lead by example in terms about relationships and marriages. Because these new generation of men now, baby, it is just, it's horrible. It's sickening. So that's one thing I had to give it to Sid though about Sydney though. He gonna back his wife up. He gonna back his wife up and he gonna keep it 100. And that's real talk. Let's see. Uh-oh. What you said, TR5333, you said it was about time Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Oprah got exposed. Especially Oprah, gotta love Monet. Yeah, like I said, I did do a video about that though, and the reason why that I did that particular video was because of the fact that Oprah, when she first did her talk shows, I mean, she was originally from Chicago, and she did her talk shows for 25 years up until the time she retired. But like I said, the part I don't get in terms of Oprah's concern, you want to be all at a different plateau and thinking you all that in a bag of Doritos, but why is it that you never took time out to help your people in Chicago? She could have sat up there. I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I don't know if anybody from Chicago or not, but I'm gonna keep it real. She could have took the Regal Theater, for instance. She could have took that and try to rebuild that and try to make that something positive, for these up and coming performers and these entertainers. But she's thinking about building schools in Africa. Now she's way in Los Angeles and build her own channel, which was owned. I mean, which is nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with what she's doing. I'm not knocking it, but in the same breath, damn, you just going up and just kick Chicago to the curb like that. I mean, chick, really? Damn, that was foul. Yeah, you got that right, Rona King. She is the queens of comedy. Bunny Lover, thank you for joining us in this live video. Thank you so very much. Wait a minute, you are new to your channel and I would like to donate, but I need a link. Love Cameo. Have 3 cats also, sir. Okay, Bunny Lover, this is what you do. If you want to make a pledge, go on my Facebook page. Okay, if you have pen and paper, I'm going to provide you this information. Go to my Facebook page. Type in my first and last name, my first real name, even though my stage name is C Temptation, but the page, when you go to Patreon, it's CLORESSA. Last name is Harris. Type my first and last name. Go to my main page. Cameo's acting a goofy. Cameo. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I got distracted by Cameo. Okay, go to my main page. You're going to see a link on there, and it'll have the black, red, and green symbol on there under Patreon. Click on that, and then it should take you right where you make your pledge at. So, if you want me to repeat it, let me know. Hold on. Trying to get to the chat room here. Hold on. Oh yeah, TR5003. Yeah, because I remember following Monique though when she first was on the Parkers, I loved her then. I mean, and when she did all the live comedy shows, and I think I saw Precious, and that was supposed to be an independent movie, but and that wasn't, and people were, I mean, Lee Daniels and all of them, they were like totally surprised. I mean, she won an Academy Award for that though, and I really applaud her for that. And she didn't do any other movies since then, and they need to just go on and let her act and keep doing some movies, because this woman she is a very strong, powerful black woman. I mean, and they just need to just let her do what she do, because she's an excellent actress. She's a hell of a comedian, a hell of a woman. I mean, she could set a very positive example for all women, for all girls, and she mainly teaches the power of love and unity, because that woman, she don't bullshit. She tell it like a TI is, and that's one thing I respect about her. Anybody that's about some positive things, I'm down with it. I'm with it all the way. Let's see. Okay, I do not use Facebook. Oh, poll. Oh, poll. Yeah, but yeah, with Patreon, the only way you could be able to access my the link though, I mean, they either use Facebook or Twitter, which I think that's so stupid though, because I don't understand why is it that we can't use the link directly for YouTube. Let's see, Rona Kid, you don't have a link under your heading, and you will you. Okay, like I said, Rona Kid, go onto my Facebook page and type in my first last name. Look on the main page, and then you'll see Patreon, and then how you know it'll be me. You'll see the black, red, and green black flag symbol, and you know that's me. Click on that link and follow the instructions. Let's see, TR5333. I also love Monique in the movie Fat Girls, yo. Yeah, she kept it 100. I'm trying to remember, did I see her in Fat Girls? I'm not sure. I think I saw like clips of it, but I don't think I saw the movie in its entirety. But I saw a few clips of it, But I mean, but the main one I used to love her when she did the Parkers and mainly Precious. I think those are the best, shows that she did though, and as well as with her stand up comedy. Cameo, what are you doing? Go sit down. You done had your 10 minutes of fame. Now go sit down. Cameo hot mess. Wait a minute. But it links to your Facebook account. I'm not quite sure on how to set that up, as well on that format like you're speaking about. So I'm not. I need someone to show me how to do that, but I'm not sure on how to do it. But just to give you the 411 on that. But but yeah, though, like I said, but I like Willie D also, so he all right with me. But anyway, want to give a shout out to a couple of people in the conscious community. Man, I wish the real deal was out here though, because I did send him an email. That's one of my subscribers. He has a channel out in Gary, Indiana, and that dude keep it real also. Shout out to the real deal in Gary, Indiana. Um, Also shout out to the brother Rashawn DeLay. Make sure you check him out. He's under the Elder of Truth, 1948. He's a deep brother. I like him. The Conscious Effect. Make sure you check him out. Um, Willie D. He cracks me up, so definitely check him out. Oh, and one other person, which I gotta give him a call and find out what's going on. Now, for those of my subscribers, if they're into celebrity gossip, the best person that you could go to far as the best channel to go to is PT Showbiz Top 5. I mean, he's been had his channel for over a year, and he gets deep into that gossip. Because some of the information that I got from him, though, I use that on my channel as well. Not all of it, but some of it. If it's more real, then I'll use it. But if it's just gossip and all that, I'm not. I mean, I listen to it. I get a laugh out of it. But when I do my shows, I like to use stuff that's more, realistic. That's just me. So no harm, no foul. But different strokes for different folks. But that's just me. Let's see. I know you're new to this. I just wanted you to get linked up on this. And I love you too, Miss Rona Kid. Let me see. Oprah didn't help build schools. No, TR5003. She did not help build schools in Chicago. As a matter of fact, though, I heard that Chicago public schools, though, they are in a serious deficit right now because I'm not sure. I think they said that they had to have $15 million to finish off the rest of the school year. Now, ain't no telling what's going to happen as far as with the new school year. Cameo. Excuse me, people. I'm sorry. Slow down, boy. Slow down, Cameo. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen as far as with Chicago public schools are concerned. I really don't know because they're in a serious deficit, and it's like, I don't want to get off into politics too much, but I'm just going to, answer this question. Like, with the governor and the mayor, it's like they're more concerned about the white schools than they are about the black schools because there's so many black schools that just shut down and the buildings are just standing there. It's just totally ridiculous. So ain't no telling what's going to happen with that. I don't know. I really don't know. Bunny Lover. Yes, I love PT. He has a link on his page. Ask him. Yeah, I got to give him a call though and find out though, like I said, and see how he did it because he was the one that introduced me to Patreon. He normally does a video. He normally does daily videos, but he didn't do one today, so I got to give him a call and find out what's going on with him to see how he's doing because normally he pumps out them videos, every day, but I guess he must have got tied up in some other things though. But you know how that goes. Sometimes you might get caught up in other things and just don't have the time to do a video. So, but I promise you, I'm gonna try to give him a call tonight to see what's the deal with him, and then go from there. So, yeah. Let me see, love your video about Trump care. Thank you, Rona Kid. Trump care, you the only one who had the information video about that. Yeah, because you know something. I mean, Rona Kid, I actually went online. Okay, when you talking about that video about Trump care, yeah, because I know what you're talking about. I was making comparisons between the difference between Trump care and Obamacare. But I did go online and I did research that information. And, because I was curious to know myself, though, what was the difference between Obamacare and Trump care. And just kind of going off by memory, he's really going to make it hard for the seniors, people with pre-existing conditions. And I really feel sorry for the people that's on Medicaid because the last I remember, though, I had put a post on Facebook and he's talking about a $610 million cut by the budget of 2018. He's talking about eliminating Medicaid. He's talking about eliminating the food stamp program, and he's talking about eliminating federal pensions. Now, like I said on my post, the man is going crazy. The man had lost his motherfucking mind. The only thing that he's worried about is himself and the rich white boys of his so-called friends. He don't give a damn about the poor folks. He don't give a damn about the middle class. It's all about him. Just like he said at his inauguration, it's all about his way. But that's another fucker right there, though. He's going to meet his transgressions. Trust and believe you me on that. So. Well, thank you for the compliment, Miss Rona Kid, but, I mean, hey, I got to keep it real on that because I had to wire my people up and let them know that, hey, what's the difference? Even though that's all speculated, I mean, I'm not sure if that was passed or not because that information that has to go through legislation, no, but, I just did a comparison between Trump care and Obamacare, but based on what I read and when I researched that, I was not feeling that whatsoever. I was not feeling that because, it's just fucked up to me. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, he's basically trying to eliminate the Medicaid recipients. He's going to make it harder on the senior citizens, and he's definitely going to make it harder for the people with pre-existing conditions. And it just doesn't make sense. I mean, what's the purpose? I mean, I don't know if he's calling himself trying to save money, but he needs to understand one thing, and this is just my theory of it. Trump needs to understand, though, this is not about a business. This is a country that he's running. And as far as running the country, the United States of America is all about the people and for the people. And he needs to also realize it's not about white Americans. You have black Americans. You have Mexican Americans, Hispanic Americans. You have Asians. You got people. I mean, America is just a melting pot. So it's not about the black, the white, the blue, the green, the yellow, the purple, whatever. It is about us as Americans. Any type of decision that he makes, what he needs to understand, it affects us as Americans. And me personally, that fucker should have never got elected, never should have been president in the first place. That's just my opinion. So, but the comparison was. Thank you so much, Miss Rona Kid. I mean, hey, I'm just, hey, like I said, I'm just gonna keep it real. That's all. Let me see. I've been enjoying your videos. You're the one of the few black YouTubers. Hey, TR50003. My whole thing is this. I just got a simple slogan. If it ain't right, it ain't real. And if it ain't real, it ain't right. And like I said, I'm just going to come at you and just tell it to you like it is. You know, anytime I research online and then try to get adequate information, and if it's something that my people need to be aware about, I'm going to bring it to your attention, no, and then afterwards, once I bring it to you and tell you what the facts are, afterwards, you draw your own conclusion and go from there. Because, baby, that Trump care versus Obamacare, huh? That's some deep information. Even when I looked at it, when I looked on it online, my jaws dropped. I was like, what is this fucker planning on doing? What is he doing? He just want to eliminate Obamacare all the way, and it just doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. But to compare it, yeah. That's all I know, babies. I just try to keep it 100. That's all. That's all I know. And you're absolutely right, though. Trump is all about making the rich people more richer. I mean, I just don't like that man. I just do not like him. Something is really mentally wrong with him. He is mentally disturbed. And I've had people that told me, they said that he's been like that all his life. He feels that he can't do anything wrong. He feels like he's right on everything, and that man is just as backwards as two left fucking shoes, and that's just how I feel about it. So I don't know. I'm not the one that's up here trying to save the world. Only thing I could do once I find out and do my research is just give the adequate information. And then once I present to you the information, anything beyond those measures, then it's up to you. You have to draw your own conclusions. And if you think I'm lying, hey, I tell people, if you think I'm lying, do your own research. Because that type of information, that ain't no lie. And knowing Trump, he's going to do some real ignorant shit, though, by the year 2018. Because where it's looking right now, and he's trying to kick this war off too, it ain't looking good. I'm telling you. Let me see what's funny. You got a lot of white people protesting about all the things they thought would only affect us. So buyer beware. They bought into it and now they're eating out the same bowl. Hell yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! And those same people that are quote unquote Trump supporters, they're really regretting it right now. They are really regretting this shit right now because, no, that dude ain't wrapped up too tight, though. The man to sit up here and just going to eliminate Medicaid like that. And it's a lot of women and children out here. It's women with small babies, that needs that program. And you might, and he'll eliminate things like WIC, to get them milk and, the things to nourish their bodies. You take it away from the babies. And that dude is foul as fuck. And then not to mention, let me bring this to the light before I forget. Oh my God. And why is it that people told me? I heard through the grapevine. I'm not sure how true this is. I ain't no gossip person. But they do have a Trump Towers here in Chicago. Okay. From what I heard through the grapevine, why did I heard that Steve Harvey is living in the Trump Towers? And you cannot sit up here and tell me that Steve is not cooning when it comes down to Donald Trump. Suspect. You know what I mean? I know. Oh, do I know? And you know something? Let me see what's funny. You got a lot of white people. Yeah, and that's really bad though. That is a good point. That is a valid good point. Now when your own wife can't stand your punk ass, you's all fucked up. Because I remember that dress that she wore to the night of the inauguration, and I was watching that dance, the way he danced, Trump. Baby, that motherfucker was so goddamn stiff. He was stiff as a board, and it had that fake ass smile, and that ugly ass toupee that he be wearing. Dude, let me tell all of y'all something, and I'm gonna keep it real with this. The man is 70 years old, and yes, the man is 70 years old, His wife is like 46. That man is at the point right now, he should be going somewhere and sitting his ass down. Okay? He need to be on one of those islands somewhere with a cocktail in his hand, sitting his ass down, relaxing and enjoying the rest of his life. The motherfucker ain't got no business being no goddamn office trying to make all these decisions about a country, and the man doesn't have any type of political experience whatsoever. Oh, there's another thing I want to bring up to you, though. I'm glad I'm gonna bring this up. How does everybody feel about Dwayne the Rock Johnson running for president? That's what I like to know. That's another good topic. Let's see. Wait a minute. TR5, you know you wrong for that. Steve Harvey became Trump's personal side chick. Oh my God. TR, wait a minute, TR5, you know you wrong for that. You know that's bogus. I mean, his side chick, really? You mean more like his side dude. That's the best way to put it. Okay, Miss Rona, in Texas, they're losing their land because of the wall and some of them having to move. Yep, that is true. That is absolutely true. Wait a minute, hold on one second. I got to respond to a text. Lord have mercy. Getting all these interruptions while things are getting juicy, really. Yeah, hell with it. He going to have to wait. Yeah, but yeah, that's all Steve Harvey is. He ain't nothing but Trump's side dude. That's all he is. Trying to suck on his little Peter, nasty bastard. But anyway, let's see. It is 9:39. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay on here for about another, maybe say 10, 15 minutes. Getting all and continue with this conversation. After that, I'm about to cut it. So, any other topics you want to bring up? Oh, and I want to ask you this to my subscribers. Can you think of any, like I said, I want to finish off the rest of the week with the health topics. Okay. Can you think of any other topics that you could probably suggest to me as far as on future videos of Chicago Talk? Can you think of any other future topics? That's my question to you. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Kevin Hart's going to be the VP. Oh, my Lord. Really? Oh, Savannah, Georgia. Welcome to the live stream of Chicago Talk. I'm very happy that you joined us. Kevin Hart's going to be the VP. I ain't got nothing against Kevin Hart, though, but my thing is with Kevin Hart, brother, you better stick with comedy. I don't think politics, that ain't up your league anywhere. Stick with comedy. Oh, what did you guys think when I did the video the other day of brother Kanye West? That's a good topic to bring up. What y'all think about Kanye West, though? I mean, I kind of understand where he's coming from, where he had to go out of state and clear his mind and kind of get back on his creative side, though, what the creator had blessed him to be. So I get it. I pretty much get it. Let's see. Interesting to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson run for office as long as he understands. But you know something? The only thing that I'm going to have a little bit of a concern about as far as Dwayne The Rock Johnson running for president, the only thing I'm concerned is, because he doesn't have the political backing, but who's to say? I mean, maybe he might do better than Donald Trump. I don't know. That's kind of hard to say, though, but only thing I can say about that is more like a wait and see thing. See, I would rather deal with someone that has some form of political experience and knows what they're doing, because Donald Trump, that fool, does not know what he's doing from the words say, giddy up. Let's see. I think it'll be quiet. Yeah, you saying as long as he understands and focus on the issues. Yeah, that's more like a wait and see thing. So, I don't know. Yeah, but Kevin Hart being the vice president. Kevin Hart being the vice president, I gotta think on that one. I think that man just better off just doing comedy if you ask me personally. Cause as far as him being in the political limelight, I don't see it personally. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So okay, guys, do you have any suggestions? I mean, about future topics for Chicago Talk. In other words, did you want more of the updated stories about Steve Harvey, or did you want me to continue to focus on the news in Chicago, local news, or did you want me to start bringing up more statistics as far as gun violence is concerned? I'm open to, and open for suggestions as far as about future topics. I mean, whatever you feel that's important, please bring it to my attention, and I will do my best to try to address it. Let's see. Getting tested for STDs. A great health topic. Oh yeah, that's actually something. That's actually going to be my next topic for tomorrow. For our health topics, I'm going to be speaking on HIV and AIDS in Chicago because I got my notes though, and I did some statistics on that. So that's going to be the last health topics I'm gonna do on tomorrow, talking about that HIV and AIDS, and bring some statistics and just give my input about that. But thank you for the suggestion anyway, Savannah, Georgia. I'm definitely on it though. I'm definitely on that. But what I was kind of emphasizing on, I mean, did anybody have any future topics far as for me to address far as, next week or the following week or whatever the case is? Do you feel I should just stick with Chicago subjects, or do you want me to kind of go a little bit outside the box far as with that? That's why I was asking if you had any suggestions, because I don't know everything. The way how I do things is if I hear or see, a particular subject that I think is going to capture the subscribers, then I take it and run with it. Just like I did when I did the comparison between Trump Care and Obamacare. One of my buddies had brought that to my attention. He was like, "Yeah, do some research on it." And I researched it and I made the comparisons, and then that's when I reported it. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, Ron, you said I would like for you to interview with Farrakhan with questions from U.S. Your subscribers, my reason I would like to really hear his plan for the city. Let me see. I'm not plugged in per se, but it's a newspaper that he has in Chicago called The Final Word. I'm gonna try to get in touch with them. Matter of fact, probably between now and next week, I'm gonna give them a call to see, how can I get in touch with Farrakhan. Only thing with Farrakhan is though that he has a lot of, how he has all those guards with him, and they got guns and all that. And I ain't trying to be all. My whole thing is if I do an interview directly with Farrakhan, it's gonna be I'm just all about keeping the peace. But that is a good subject. I like that. I like that topic. I think that's cool. So I can't make any promises, but I will give. I'm gonna try to contact the final call to see if I could what appropriate steps that I could do to try to meet up and try to get in touch with Farrakhan. So that is a good topic. Let's see. I know that it's far fetched a bit. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna make any promises about that, but I'm gonna do my best with it and see what steps I could take. At least ask to do an interview with him as far as the future, as far as with the U.S. and any other topics that he wants to bring up. And TR5, you said that you would like to hear more of the Chicago topics, both positive and negative. Okay. Um, I think what I'm gonna do probably I'm gonna wait until after the more. I just thought about this. I think what I'm gonna do is wait till after the Memorial Holiday weekend, and I'm gonna start touching on, the gun violence here because there's a lot of that going on in Chicago right now, and seeing what scares me in reference to that once these kids get out of school and once it start turning warm, just like someone told me a long time ago, niggas and heat just don't mix. And baby, when it start getting 80 degrees, 70, 80, 90 degrees, these fools around here is going to straight clown. Now, it doesn't make it right whatsoever. It really doesn't make it right, but I'm just speaking. I've been in Chicago all my life, so I know what I'm talking about. When these kids got out of school, boy, these niggas is gonna act a straight up pure fool. You hear me? They gonna be shooting up everything that moves. Real talk. Let's see. Talk more on Chicago topics, inner city violence, politics. Oh yeah, more entertainment news. Yeah, because yeah, the hottest topic was about Steve Harvey. So yeah, once I, watch the videos with Essie and Mary, if I find out more stuff, I definitely will report it. Inner city violence, yeah, politics, police brutality. Yeah, because that's gonna be one of the things I'm gonna touch on my next week's videos, talking about these the violence that's going on, because they done really got out of hand. And I think I did mention that a while back, because I know Trump did mention to the effect about bringing martial law here, but like I told these niggas, they better get their asses off the streets, because if they don't, and if Trump brings the boys up in here, when you talk about martial law, these fools is not gonna play with them. They're gonna give one warning: they'll get your ass off the street, because if you don't, your ass is grass. So, yeah, but I definitely gonna report about the violence here. I'm definitely gonna stress that. Hello, Miss Regina M. Welcome to the live stream of Chicago Talk. How you doing? How you doing? What's going on, girlfriend? How you bees? How you bees? Man, though, this is getting hot and popping now, man, and I'm happy about that. I like it when it's busy like that, so I can keep talking and keep flowing. So yeah, welcome again to whoever's on the chat room, on my live stream. Again, welcome to the live stream version of Chicago Talk. But yeah, the reason why I did this topic for tonight, because I wanted to cover those two subjects at the same time. About the cigarette smoking, and gave statistics on that, and gave the update in terms about the Steve Harvey lawsuit, and in terms of, and also wanted to piggyback on what Essie Berry had said, though, because baby, she didn't hit some deep shit, though. I mean, for those of you who missed out on the first part of this video, whenever I decide, whatever time I ended, make sure you go back and watch the first part of it, because baby, she didn't hit some deep shit. She didn't hit some deep stuff, boy. I mean, and honey, I got a funny feeling her and Mary, they gonna come out with the big guns, and that woman is not gonna fuck around with Steve Harvey, though. He needs to pay for what he did to Mary, and what he did to Wendy, because he done messed up his family, and man, he need to just make this shit right and keep it moving. That's just how I look at it. Let's see. Hello, Miss Shay Rotten. Welcome to the live stream version of Chicago Talk. What you say? Aloha, wonders of Christ greets you from Denmark. From Denmark. Welcome, Miss Rotten and welcome to Chicago Talk. Like I said, thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying this live stream video. Like I said, the purpose of me doing these live videos, I wanted to bring the topics, and I just want to connect with my subscribers and get to know them, and see where they at, and what kind of more topics that you want me to kind of touch base on. I love it, though. Denmark representing. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I'm loving this. Yeah, so yeah, I'm really happy about this. This has been a hell of a good video. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, since we got it popping now, let's see, 9:51 Central Standard Time. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you guys 10 more minutes, so we can get our flow on. We're gonna give it about 10 more minutes, and after that, I'm gonna cut it off for the night, because I know you guys probably got jobs to go to in the morning, and you got school in the morning. So like I said, we're going to kick it, though, for about another 10 minutes, and then afterwards, I'm cutting it all the way off. So, oh, shoot. What the heck did I do? Oh, Lord. I thought I cut you guys off. Okay, I didn't. Cool. All right. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right, Miss Regina M., thank you for joining us, though, on the live stream version of Chicago Talk. Thank you, Miss Regina M. Welcome to the live stream. Let me see. I saw Essie's video yesterday. Miss Essie. Oh, hell no. Miss Essie ain't playing. No, like I just said a few minutes ago. baby, Essie is gonna come with them big guns, and she's gonna go. And I hope and pray that that woman go out for blood because she done peeped to Steve's whole car. She know that that man is a liar. You know, he's on some bullshit doing the way he did Mary like that, breach of contract, plus child abuse. And then, well, even though they said murder of the soul, though, basically I would just say it's more like physical, mental, and emotional abuse. And to the point where she had to go into a mental facility. I mean, that shows you right there though. That woman was really in love with him though, and he just fucked over like a piece of crap. But I look at it like this: his time is coming. He will reap what he sow. And one thing I learned a long time ago: anything that you put out into the universe is gonna come back at you 100-fold. I don't care if the situation is positive, if it's negative, or if it's indifferent. Anything you put out there in that universe, baby, I guarantee you it will come back on you, and it will come back on you strong. So, in reference to Steve is concerned, he gonna meet his maker for this. He gonna definitely meet his maker for that, because at first I didn't believe the story at first until I got it directly from Mary Harvey, where she did stated that she okay, I had to put my phone on the charger because it was getting really low. I was in the yellow. Where she had stated, quote unquote, though, that that you know that she the divorce case was sealed and she never got copies of the final divorce papers. You tell me ain't nothing wrong with that though. To me, that's really, really strange. I mean, out of almost 52 years of my life, I never heard no bullshit like that before ever in my history of my life. All right. You ain't lying about that, Rona kid. You said every dog got their day, some have to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No questions about that. Queens of Weaves, what's going on, baby? I forgot. I almost missed your comments. I'm so sorry. Queens of Weaves, welcome to the live stream of Chicago Talk. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you find this. I hope you're enjoying this live stream. Queens of Weaves, thank you so much. I really am enjoying this. I better keep an eye on my phone because I'm at 19%, boy, and I don't want to get down to a certain point because I don't want this phone to cut off because this is getting juicy today, baby. Yes, Lord, it's getting juicy. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, baby. All right. Now, I'm going to say this again because, like I said, I don't want this phone to cut off. But let me state this now. Far as with, if anybody is interested in doing a pledge, far as through Patreon, you have to go on my Facebook page and type in my real name, which is Claressa Harris, Cloressa Harris. Go on my main page. You will see the link. It'll show the black flag on there, the red, black, and green. Once you see that, you click on. That's the actual link, and then you'll see my actual page saying Hostess of Chicago Talk. And that's when you make your pledge there. Even if you just do $1, that'll be cool with me. You know, like I said, whatever you can come up with, I'll be cool with it. Yeah, but only reason why that I decided to do this because, like I said, because I haven't been to work. I got back problems. And I got this phone bill I got to do, and eventually I want to get more equipment, another camera, so I can be able to bring you better qualities of videos and have more live streams like this. You know, and the way it's feeling tonight, far as with this live stream, it just feels like, you know, I'm just sitting back, just having a conversation. It's just kind of on a cozy level where we just all getting to know each other and just having one big conversation and just entertaining each other. And that's the way it should be. And I'm enjoying this very much. And I promise you, we're definitely going to have more sessions of this, more live stream sessions. Real talk. Let's see who else came on the line. Okay, Miss Regina M., let's see. For those they don't know, Steve Harvey has a gag order in place for Mary Harvey. Yes, he does. That's way you will not hear or see her anymore speaking. Man, you know something? And then Essie Berry did mention about that gag order. He was trying to silence her for a minute, but Essie Berry said, hell no. He was trying to silence Mary Harvey and threatened to put her in jail for 28 years. I mean, what the hell are you going to sit up here and put her in jail for 28 years for? Because what he's actually doing as far as that gag order, what he's actually doing is violating her civil rights, though, because she does have a voice. And I hope and pray that she don't let that fucker scare her. She needs to stand up for her rights and tell that judge what kind of hell that man put her through. And then afterwards, let the judge do what they do. Because, I mean, Steve Harvey could bring a financial attorney or whoever, but the judge is the one that has the final say so. And I hope and really pray, though, that she does seek justice, and he definitely need to unask them coins. Real talk. Let's see. That's right. Yep. More power to Miss Essie, and yes, and I'll say the same thing, baby. One love, one love, one love. Yes. Like I said, because we need to support our women, and then let us, and put a strong message out there that we tired of these dudes sitting up here disrespecting us like that. And I really am proud for Miss Mary having the courage to really stand up to this man to let him know, enough is enough of your bullshit, and you need to just come on with the come on. And that's what he really do. He really needs to do. He just need to go on and just do right by her, do what she's supposed to do, take the appropriate steps to try to repair his family, because whether if Steve believes it or not, Mary will always be a part of the family because that is Wenton's mother. And that's going to be like that until the day she makes her transition, period, point blank. Can't get no more real than that. Yep. That's it. That's all. Let's see. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock, family. I'm at 18% on my phone. I'm about to get ready to cut this loose. It's been a very, 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 very great pleasure again. I really enjoyed this segment of Chicago Talk. I mean, I really, really enjoyed this. If my battery wasn't getting, I'm at 18% as far as my battery. If it wasn't that long, I would have went on for another half an hour just chit-chatting about different topics. But I hate to disappoint everybody, but I'm going to cut this short. I might try, what's tomorrow, Friday? I think tomorrow night I might do one video of the fourth segment of health topics. And then Friday night I might do another live stream video though, and then maybe continue with this. Hopefully I'll have more. Yeah, by that time I have more juice on my battery. So yeah, we're going to continue with this and make it do what we do. But like I said, for those of you who want to reach out to me, you go on my Facebook page or go on my email, charris7102@gmail.com. I really enjoyed everybody. Like I said, I thank all of my new subscribers. I want to welcome everybody who joined us on this live stream. I want to thank all the people who participated. And I hope everybody enjoys this, whoever catches this on the back end. But I'm down to 17%, and I'm definitely going to have to cut this short. So I want to say, on how I normally end my videos, I say namaste, peace be unto you, and I have nothing. May the light continue to shine within you. And I want to say good night to everybody. And until the next video, have a great night.